So welcome back. I'm Pete, and you're watching the Custom Car Channel.
Brought it to me last night and he said, it's got a little hitch in this video.
Just needed more power.
She don't move. Gonna have to heat it.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I got a little toy. I bought this. I'm so excited. It's a little plasma cutter. I haven't used it yet, but I did take it out of the box. So just thought I'd give you guys a little review. Let's see if we can get it going and see if we can cut something. I do got a piece of aluminum and I got some steel over there. So it looks like we got to put the regulator on. So it's a little digital little thing. You get this on, I got it on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description for you guys. It's like 120 bucks. I got the one that came with extra parts for the consumables. It is dual voltage, so 120 or 240, and it comes with this little adapter. I think we got to put this regulator on. It comes with this regulator, air regulator. So we're just going to wing it. I sent this plastic line, and I'm assuming that's the line we got to use. Probably be nice to mount this somewhere. It does come with an air fitting. Okay, so this is the gauge. Came with some Teflon tape, and I noticed the stuff that's in the little pink ones, that's thinner than the ones in the blue. So I suppose we could put some of this on here. I got a different roll. So I'm going to have to put on my glasses. Yeah, see how thin that stuff is? So the stuff on the pink ones is very thin. And you do have to put this on a certain way or it'll unwind when you screw this in. So this is how I do it. I put a little bit extra on there. It's not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. Looks like we need a 7/16. I guess we'll turn it so you can read it. Okay, so that's how that goes. And then there's an arrow on here, so it's pointing that way, so I'm assuming they got these pre-taped and they put the tape on the wrong way. No, it's on there right. They got a lot of it on there though. It looks like it's a 14. We'll just use one of those. You know, I'm going to tell you that air fitting is not going to work for my system, so let's get it off of there. That's some weird looking imitation Milton. I do have one. I just bought a tire inflator the other day. It comes with a bunch of stuff. Alright, that doesn't screw very far. We'll put in the little plastic airline connector. Okay. Now there's a spot to put this right here. I'm gonna go get a nut driver. That's a little tight. Hopefully this doesn't hold something else in there. Which it doesn't. So we have the cord a little bit. I got a set of these Stanley nut drivers a long time ago. They're really cheap and they got black shanks. I cannot find any of these anymore. I want to get another set. They're really nice. It's like an old Craftsman style handle, but they're Stanley and they're made in the USA. Alright, we got that on there. I was wondering if we were going to find a place to put that, you know, if it went on there at all, and it does. Alright, so I did bring the hose cutter. Let's cut a little piece of this hose. Let's just kind of guess. I think it's got to be about right there. So it looks like 3 1/4 inches. Push that in. There, perfect. Alright, I think we're pretty close. So here's a power on-off switch. Looks like it's lighted. So there's the job we did. And we did get a bunch of consumable stuff. I don't know what you call those, electrodes or something. Some little plastic doodads. Some cups. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, that's a weird air fitting. It's just bigger. That ain't gonna fit what I got. Yeah, I think it's in the low 90s today, and I got the air on it. I don't know if you can hear it. But it keeps this place really cool. She does shut off once in a while. I don't think I got the best insulation. So the ground is easy. That's just a twist connect, a Chinese style. Looks like we gotta hook this up. So the cutting torch, let's see if we can get a length on this. I think we got about 10 feet. So you flip that up. That's pretty nice. Oh, it's got a swivel. Okay. I mean, you can't expect much for 120 bucks. Alright, we're getting closer. We are getting closer to figuring out if this is going to work. So we got right hand threads. I I assume you just tighten that by hand. This can only go one way. It's got a little divot in it. We are not going to use, I got a welder plug over there, but we're not going to use that. Most of the time I'm going to use this is with 120 volts. I'd say all the time. Did come with our little manual, although there's a couple hose clamps in there. I don't know what they're for. Alright, I'm getting excited. Power cord, it's a pretty heavy duty power cord. What does it say? It's all in metric, but oh, it's 12 gauge 3 conductor. 12 gauge 3 conductor, that's good. Alright, I think I'm going to have to move things around just a little bit so we can plug her into the wall right over here. I'm going to keep these glasses on. They'll be my safety glasses. Plug this in. If she turns on, we do need to get the air hooked up. So the 120 volts says we can cut ½ inch. If we plug her into 240, it says we can cut 5/8. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna shut her back off. I'm gonna actually just shut the air compressor off so it don't turn on. Alright, found a piece of 11 gauge. I use this a lot. We'll just slice something here. There we go. We need air. We need air. Alright, I turned the air up to 60, so let's see what happens here. Something like that. I think I'm just going to try to cut that off. I'm going to freehand it. Let's go ahead and turn the machine on. Grab the torch. I'm going to turn this up to about halfway. Alright, so usually, well, I see they tested it. I have not used this yet, but usually I have another cup on the outside or a guy that holds it away. So I think these that you're just supposed to hold it right up to it. I think we need a little power. I'm got her on 22. Let me turn her up a little bit. I think I may have blown the circuit breaker. Everything just shut off. Okay, so I'm going to get a cord and I'll plug her in over by the hoist after I put the circuit breaker back on. So she is cutting good. That's just a 15 amp. Let me plug her in the hoist. I think I got a 30 amp here. I can tell you right now, I'm happy and I'm going to like it. I'm going to go grab a big bolt. Maybe not a big one. Let's see if we cut a bolt. After I cut that plate off, we'll play around some more. All right, let's finish cutting that off of there. All right, there's the cut. Kind of amateur, but it worked. All right, let's stretch our legs and see if we cut some 3/8. I'm going to turn the air pressure up just a little bit. I turned her up to 70. I cranked her all the way. Alright, move you guys back down. Kind of awkward for me. I think I'm just going to cut the corner off. You know what? If I come over here we go. I'm not sure what happened, but it quit. Try it again. I was able to cut it. It took a little bit of effort. And that thing gets cherry red hot. All right, I've got a hot piece of metal down here. So we can cut 3/8. Let's try a piece of aluminum, which should be able to slice right through this. It's like some 60 thousandths aluminum. Oh yeah, so perfect for aluminum. It's got a little afterglow there. I never tried to cut copper before, but let's see what happens. I think what I want to do is just put this on here. Yep, we can cut copper. That's just a piece of pipe. All right, now the real test. I could use it for this next piece. Let's just see what it does. Now they do make roller guides for these. I think we're just going to put it up here like this. Can you see that? Not the best cut, but you guys get the idea. Be a lot faster. All right. This is going to come in handy a lot. I'm going to use it a lot. I'm glad I bought it. It's cheap, but I should have bought one years ago. And it looks kind of cool, you know. Here, it gives you some more. I don't see it cutting 5/8, but it probably could. It's a ReBoot. Just weld and cut. Yeah, I kind of like my new plasma cutter. I can't wait to actually use it. And you know, one thing I like, I don't hear anything leaking air, so. There she goes. She shut off. So it's really small, really compact. It's going to come in handy. Super excited. This thing came in the mail yesterday. So I unboxed it. Didn't get a chance to do the video yesterday. I was a little too busy and a little too sweaty and it was a little too hot. Today I've been running the air all day. It's in the mid 90s or lower 90s. It's in the lower 90s. And tomorrow's supposed to be in the mid 90s, so hotter tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully you guys are all having a good day, and thanks for watching, and I'll let you know if anything bad happens with this thing, which I don't know what to expect for 120 bucks. It's just slightly under maybe and more with tax, but it's going to come in handy for what I need. I got to do some body panels on my van, so that's why I thought about buying it, and then I'm like, well, geez, I could use it on this, this, and this. So yeah, super excited. Alright guys, I hope you guys are having a good day, and thanks for watching. You can catch me next time.